You're listening to the WWNO Classical Network. Hi, I'm Paul Mawson. Each week, we take a couple of minutes, we check in with Dave Walker and find out what's going on in the museum scene. Dave, welcome back to the program.
Hey, Paul.
So, what are we looking at this week?
Well, it's that time of year in New Orleans to bring out your dead. And I'm not talking about Jerry, Phil, Brent, Vince, Keith, or Pigpen. The city and its citizens make bank on spirits of all kinds all year round. Ghost tours, cemetery tours, haunted houses, both virtual and also probably virtual. We love the afterlife, and we've got to boogie. Here, RIP stands for Remit in PayPal. Many of our local museums are not above playing along, for these few weeks at least, and only a total stiff would blame them. For example, the Herman Grima and Gallier Historic Houses will host a virtual presentation at 7:30 tonight by Emily Clark, a professor at Gonzaga University and author of A Luminous Brotherhood, Afro-Creole Spiritualism in 19th Century New Orleans. The title of her talk, Spirits of New Orleans, What the Dead Have to Say and Why It Matters. The event is free with a suggested $5 donation. Also ongoing at Gallier House is the Creole Death and Mourning Tour, which explores the mourning with the U rituals of 19th century New Orleans. Special nighttime tours are scheduled throughout the month, including one at 7 p.m. Saturday. More on all of the above at hgghh.org. Author Sue Strachan will discuss her book, The Obituary Cocktail, in a virtual Friends of the Cabildo gathering at 6 p.m. Thursday. This is part of the Friends' second Thursday lecture series and is free and open to the public, but registration is required. The website blurb for the event calls the book a spirited dive into New Orleans' bohemian past, chronicling how this cocktail, made with gin, vermouth, and absinthe, became central to mid-20th century cafe society. More at friendsofthecabildo.org. And at 6 p.m. Tuesday, the New Orleans Pharmacy Museum will offer the first of a few editions of The Spirited Salon, Thrills, Chills, and Hard Pills to Swallow, a curated evening inside the museum featuring scary stories, chilling remedies, and immersive time travel back to the French Quarter of the 19th century. More at pharmacymuseum.org.
Well, I can hear the enthusiasm in your voice about the obituary cocktail. Very, very nice.
Yeah, I love all these, but I'm guilty as charged, Paul. Sue is a terrific writer and engaging speaker, and the words, bartender, I'll have an obituary cocktail, sound like the last word you remember saying before saying, some hours or days later, the words, good morning, Judge. In less ethereal programming news, the Historic New Orleans Collection will host a free workshop for educators at 10 a.m. Saturday, linked to the themes of the current exhibition, The Trail They Blazed, which explores the 20th century civil rights movement in New Orleans. The workshop is open to educators of all grade levels and subject areas. Registration is required at hnoc.org. The New Orleans Museum of Art will host its annual Japan Fest from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Saturday. There will be cuisine to sample, traditional dance groups, martial arts demonstrations, and more at what has become the largest celebration in the Gulf South dedicated to Japanese art and culture. Advanced tickets are available at noma.org. And finally, the Museum of the Southern Jewish Experience has put up a traditional sukkah on the roof of its building on Howard Street, partnering with Uncommon Construction on the build. During Sukkot, or the annual Harvest Festival, Jewish households and communities traditionally construct a hut-like outdoor structure for socializing, dining, and hosting guests. MSJE is midway through a week of programming related to the rite, and a Harvest Havdalah celebration is planned for 5 p.m. Saturday. More at msje.org.
I believe you've covered just about a wide variety of topics on this week's report. This is pretty encompassing.
It's that time of year, Paul.
It is, and it's New Orleans. So
Yeah,
there you go.
for sure.
Each week we check in with Dave Walker, take a couple of minutes, find out what's going on in the museum scene. You can find out more about anything we've discussed at his site, themuseumgoer.com. Also a video of our excursions each week here. Dave, thank you so much. And we will catch up with you next week. And cheers Here's an obituary cocktail for you.
Cheers to you, Paul.